Today I wanted something leisurely but also kind of work related. So I decided to finally make the music video for Caboosing. Why did I decide to make this? Well, it's been a favourite song of mine for a while, but now it's really found its place over on kliksphilip. Over there, I always associate it with the stupidest bits of a video, and it's become a real dank meme that I love to use. The song is already on YouTube, but due to the way that YouTube Music stupidly disables comments, it greatly lessens the appeal of listening to it there, plus it's not a music video. And I'd much rather there was just an official video somewhere for people to discuss this song, so hopefully this music video I've made becomes that place. As for making it, I simply had to load Red Dead Redemption 2 up and record loads of train footage. Simple, only not, because this is Red Dead Redemption 2 we're talking about. I'd probably rack up a $40 bounty and $7 in horse vet bills even before boarding the train. And it didn't help that all my controls went back to default and I accidentally punched my horse in the face instead of trying to ride it. Not a great start. With stuff you want to make, there are two versions. There's the one that you think up in your head, and then the one you end up making. With the games I make, they're never as good as I envision, and that's a curse. But it's something that goes away as you get older. With the music I make, I never envision anything in the first place, and that actually helps a lot because whatever I make seems to impress me. But with the videos I make, I'm lucky that they often turn out better than I expect. I think the key is to be vague with what you want to achieve from the project. Maybe I envision just a brief clip from inside the video somewhere, or a feel I want to convey, and if this doesn't work in practice, then I'm quick to abandon it. But I also seem to have a bunch of unwritten rules that I'm unaware of until I break them. With this video, I quickly realised I didn't want to show my character at all, since the train is the focus of the video. Maybe it didn't even need a train, just a simple first-person view gliding along the tracks through different environments and weather conditions. And then, maybe at the very end, to approach a tunnel and then for this train to come tearing out of the blackness towards the camera and for the screen to go black. Well, good luck with that. View bob, HUD elements and realism quickly got in the way of my dream of a smooth fly-through. And even with everything configured optimally, the horse's head still visibly bobs about in the view, and it's remarkably difficult to stick to the centre of the track. So I decided it would be easier just to hijack a train.
Think about what you do.
I really thought it was going to fail, especially when I had to aim at these guys without HUD elements of any sort, and then I feared that endless waves of police sheriffs would be following the train throughout the whole thing, which would make the whole journey a little bit more stressful. Luckily they soon lost me and I was left to my own devices, driving the train, away from all my in-game and out-game troubles, and I quickly got lost in the thrill of the journey. Shame there's no clear view out the front of the train. You can either use this cockpit view or a third-person view like this, hence why the whole video is full of slightly amateurish looking third-person angles. It's sad but true that YouTubing after about 10 years does become a bit of a chore, a bit repetitive. I forget huge chunks of every day because it's all just the same recording and editing, all a means to an end to produce a video that's actually worth watching. But this video, I think I'll remember making this one. I could just sit back, hold down the accelerate button and watch the world go by, whilst munching on a cheese and ham baguette. I occasionally press the horn in the hope I'd be able to sync the footage up with the song in the editing stage, but I was really bad at judging how long the horn goes on for. I had hours of footage for this 2-minute song, then just had to tackle the final problem: how to remove the HUD element in the bottom right hand corner of the screen that you can't get rid of. I opted to delete that bit of the scene and then to have a second copy of the same video clip stretched out slightly to serve as similar looking and similar moving filler footage. Had the whole thing been at night, I think I would have got away with this. But as it transitions to day, the mistakes with this filler footage become more obvious, and I had to weigh up the distraction of the HUD against the distraction of me trying to hide the HUD imperfectly, or by zooming in and potentially ruining the scene entirely. There is no perfect solution, but you just know already that somebody in the comment section will think there is. Ultimately, I did away with the HUD entirely in every scene, because why only go halfway? And about half of the clips eventually got tweaked by hand to better line up the angles or to blend in better with the background. This blind spot is always visible, but equally, it's a blind spot and your brain's quite used to ignoring such problems. Earlier, I said I didn't want to show my character in this video, and I think that decision was right, but it did cause a problem when deciding on how to start the video. Do I just jump straight in with the music and train footage? After all, I hate music videos with lengthy non-music bits that start. However, I did like the idea of setting the scene with something interesting at the start to get people engaged, so I felt that having my guy jump onto the train served as a great way to tell a story of sorts. It started off quite long, but then I cut it down to just a few seconds. Then after making this making of, I lengthened it again, but put more emphasis on the train sounds as it gets closer and less echoey, and I felt this really helped set the scene for the meme. The heist and violence here isn't the focus, it's about the journey, about the beauty of such a machine cruising the countryside of an equally beautiful game. check out the video to see what I achieved. All in all, it's been a pleasant kind of day. It's not been hard work, there have been a few uncertainties with it, a few decisions that needed making, but ultimately it's one of the least stressful videos I've made this year so far. Plus, I finally got to do a whole tour of this game's rail tracks, which is something I've always wanted to do but never found a reason to do before. And I can say this song now officially has a music video. Right now it feels like I've had a very lazy day, but it's probably one of those days that will pay off time and time again in the future, unlike so many days of my life which I think are probably wasted by doing nothing but work. And then the final thing I had to decide was where to publish the music. Sometimes it's on kliksphilip, other times 2 kliksphilip, but I decided to try it out on 3 kliksphilip for a change. Most people won't associate it with train noises and will probably be like, why is there a train video on 3 kliksphilip? But it'll be worth it for the dank memes. And although I'm speaking from in February, I figured with April Fools coming up, I might as well schedule this for release then. That way I can ride the glow of knowing I've got a video done and ready for release. It's been a good day.